Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into the exciting topic of passive income. But first you need to know, passive income doesn't exist. Passive income refers to the money you earn with little ongoing effort or time investment after you put something into it like time, effort or money. Now that we got that out of our way, let's explore various passive income ideas and rate them based on 4 categories. Potential earnings, how easy it is to get started, level of risk, and how passive it really is. Let's get started. Number 1. Dividend stocks. Dividend stocks are shares of a company that distributes a portion of their profits to shareholders. They can provide a steady stream of passive income in the form of regular dividend payments. Dividend stocks can offer attractive potential earnings, especially if you invest in companies with a history of consistent dividend payments. Getting started with dividend stocks requires research and selecting the right stocks. While there is some risk involved in stock market investments, dividend stocks are generally considered more stable. Okay, for the ratings. For the potential earnings I would give a 3 out of 5, because you can get a lot of money from that, but you have to invest a lot of money before. How easy it is to get started, I would give it a 5 out of 5, because you can invest in dividend stocks right now with very little money. The risk factor, I would give it a 4 out of 5, because if you pick very stable stocks, you won't lose a lot of money, unless something really bad happens. And how passive it is, I would give it a 5 out of 5, because once you get money in there, you don't have to do anything anymore to get the money. Even though you should reinvest that money, at least in the beginning. Number 2. Investing in REITs. REITs are pretty similar to dividend stocks. REITs are companies that own and operate income-generating real estate assets, such as apartment buildings, office spaces, storage buildings, or shopping centers. Potential earnings from REITs come from dividends distributed to shareholders. Getting started investing in REITs requires researching and selecting suitable REITs and investing through brokers. There's a level of risk involved, as the performance of the REITs can be influenced by factors such as real estate market and economic conditions. For the ratings, the potential earnings I would give it 2 out of 5, because REITs usually don't grow as much as dividend stocks. Getting started, I would also give it a 5 out of 5 for the same reason as before. You can just invest right now with very little money. The risk is a 3 out of 5. I would consider it a little more risky than dividend stocks. And for how passive it is, I would give it a 5 out of 5, because like the one before, once you put money in it, you just get your money. Number 3. Automate a side hustle. Automating a side hustle involves setting up systems and processes that generate income without requiring constant hands-on involvement. This can include online businesses, dropshipping, or e-commerce. The potential earnings can vary based on the specific side hustle you choose or the amount of effort you initially put into setting up your automatic systems. Getting started may require some individual time and financial investment to establish your business. There's a moderate level of risk involved, but careful planning and market research can lower it. Once your system is in place, the true passivity of the income will depend on the level of automation you achieve. For the ratings, the potential earnings, I would give it a 5 out of 5. Getting started, I would give it a 2 out of 5, because it involves very much planning and much time. For the risk, I would give it a 3 out of 5. It can be risky, but if you plan enough, you can definitely lower the risk. And for how passive it is, I'm not sure what to give there, because it really depends on what you do before, so I would give it a 2 to 4. Number 4. Creating online content. Creating online content such as YouTube videos, blog posts or podcasts can generate passive income through the ad revenue, sponsorships and affiliate marketing. The potential earnings can vary widely depending on factors such as the size of your audience and the monetizing method you employ. Getting started with online content requires creating valuable and engaging content consistently. The level of risk is relatively low, but building an audience and generating income may take time and effort. For the ratings, the potential earnings are pretty huge. I would give it a 4 out of 5. But getting started, I would only give it a 1 out of 5, because it can take very much time and effort. Also, depends on what you do, you might have to invest a little bit of money before. For the risk, I would give it a 4 out of 5. And how passive it is, I would only give it a 1 out of 5, because sure, once you get a lot of viewers, they will also watch your old content and you get passive income through that, but let's be realistic, you have to bring your content consistently. Number 5. Creating a digital tool. Developing and selling a digital tool such as software, mobile apps or online courses can generate passive income once the initial developing and marketing effort is complete. The potential earnings can be significant, especially if your tool solves a specific problem and has a target audience. Getting started with creating a digital tool requires technical skills and collaboration with professionals. The level of risk can vary depending on factors such as market demands and competition. Once your tool is developed and launched, the income can be relatively passive, although occasional updates and customer support may be necessary. For the ratings, the potential earnings, I would give it a 5 out of 5, but getting started, I would only give it a 1 out of 5. For the risk, I would give it a 3 out of 5. And for how passive it is, I would also give it a 3 out of 5. Number 6. Renting your stuff. Renting your stuff, such as a spare room, a car or equipment, through platforms like Airbnb or P2P rental services can provide passive income. The potential earnings depends on what you have to rent. Getting started requires listing your items on the appropriate platforms and managing bookings. The level of risk can be pretty high because you don't know what will happen to your things when you rent them. It's also not super passive because most likely when you rent a room and the person moves out, you will have to clean it and make sure it's ready for the next person. So for the potential earnings, I would give it a 3 out of 5. Getting started, I would give it a 4 out of 5. You just need something and then you can get going. For the risk, I would only give it a 2 out of 5 because of the reasons I said before. And how passive it is, I would give it a 3 out of 5. Number 7. P2P Lending. P2P lending platforms connect borrowers with lenders, allowing you to earn passive income by lending money to others. Potential earnings in P2P lending come from interest payments made by borrowers. For the ratings, I would give it a potential earning of 3 out of 5 because you can get a good amount of money back, but you won't get rich to do that. Getting started, I would give it a 5 out of 5 because you can create an account right now and just get started. For the risk, I would only give it a 2 out of 5 because there's always the chance that you don't get your money back at all. And how passive it is, I would give it definitely a 5 out of 5 because you just have to create an account, put the money in and get paid. Number 8. Creating an online business. Creating an online business such as e-commerce store or a digital agency can generate passive income once it's established and running smoothly. The potential earnings can be significant, but they depend on factors such as your niche, marketing strategies, and the demand for your products and services. Getting started with an online business requires planning, setting up a website, and establish your online presence. The level of risk can vary based on your industry and competitions. Once your business is established, the passivity of your income depends on factors such as automation, outsourcing, and systemizing your processes. So for the rating, the potential earnings, I would give it a 5 out of 5. Getting started, a 1 out of 5. For the risk, I would give it a 3 out of 5. And for the passivity, I would only give it a 2 out of 5, but you can definitely make it much higher. Number 9. Lending money to a bank or government. Lending money to banks or your government can provide passive income in the form of interest payments. The potential earnings depend on the interest rates offered by the institution and the amount of money you invest, but usually the interest rate is not really high. So for the potential earnings, I would only give it a 1 out of 5, but getting started is pretty easy, so I would give it a 5 out of 5. The risk is usually pretty low when you lend it to the government, so I would give it a 4 out of 5, and it's also very passive, so I would give it a 5 out of 5. And the last one, number 10, owning real estate. Owning real estate is a popular avenue for generate passive income. You can invest in properties like residential homes, apartment or commercial spaces and earn rental income. The potential earnings depend on factors such as location, market demand and rental rates. Real estate can provide a steady cash flow and potential long-term appreciation of value. So for the potential earnings, I would give it a 4 out of 5. Getting started is pretty hard, because first you need the money to buy real estate. It can also be pretty risky, because you don't know what happens to the real estate market, so I'd give it a 3 out of 5. And for how passive it is, usually there's always something that breaks in one of the houses, so you have to go and fix that, so I would give it a 3 out of 5 for passivity. So that was it. My breakdown of various passive income ideas. Remember to consider the potential earnings, ease of getting started, level of risk, and how passive it really is when evaluating which ideas align with your financial goals and preferences. I hope you found this video helpful. please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more financial related content. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!